Hello, I'm Yoko, and it's May, which in internet artist language means it's Mermay. And if you don't know what that means, basically it's a challenge in May where you draw a mermaid for every day of May or every other day, or there's plenty of different versions of it. And Mermay to me is very special because I started posting to Instagram the first time in Mermay, even though I only did free mermaids. And then the next year, which was last year, I made my own mermaid prompts, and it's actually the first monthly challenge that I ever completed. And it was a lot of fun, and I saw a bunch of other people joined in. It was really fun seeing everyone's drawings. And I really loved doing it last year, so I made another prompt list this year. And I'm going to be uploading my speed paints and thoughts on my creative process of my mermaids. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see the actual drawings going up daily. But here on YouTube, I'm going to be doing the speed paints and explanations. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, let me know. Anyway, let's get into mermaids. So my first prompt was ancient. So I started thinking about different things that were ancient. First, I was thinking maybe ancient civilizations and try to make it look like that. But then I realized that would be a lot of research that I didn't really want to do to get time appropriate clothings and stuff. And I was like, okay, scratch that. So then the next thing I thought of was ancient fish, so prehistoric stuff. So I was like, okay, let me look up some of that. But I couldn't really find anything that I thought of. But then I remembered coelacanths were thought to be extinct, but they aren't, and there's one living species of them left. And I remember from Animal Crossing, their little logo is Blast from the Past, and I had a lot of fun. So I decided to base this mermaid off of coelacanth. I tried to make them look old, maybe a little not frail, but a little bit sunken in. Tried to make the eyes really drawn, real sunken in and stuff. And it was fun. And also I tried with the background on this one. Haven't tried with the backgrounds on all of them. Some of them I kind of just gave up and made it blue. Hard to get backgrounds when you're drawing mermaids for 31 days. Anyway, also, by the way, when I was drawing these, I accidentally drew this one second because I thought the second prompt was the first one. So this wasn't the first mermaid I drew, but it turned out pretty cool. When it came to getting the colors for this piece, I kind of color picked them from the reference images on the side and then adjusted as I needed. So yeah, and I ended up adding some textures and markings on this. Bleh. I can talk, I swear. I added some markings on this person and I made the eyes glow. And in the end, I really like how this mermaid turned out, but there's not much to talk about it. I will say when I was drawing it, I took a picture of the face and I looked at it and I was like, this looks like an older, creepypasta version of Alexander Hamilton. But yeah, anyway, this drawing was really fun and it was a great start to Mermay, even though it wasn't the first mermaid I drew. But I'm really, really having fun with Mermay so far. Also, I drew these, a lot of these I drew way ahead of time because I'm trying to actually get them out on time on YouTube and on Instagram. So I drew these back when it was still in April. But I actually got sick for a week just now. So I kind of fell behind on my stockpile. I only have 2 more mermaids stockpiled. So I need to go get ready and start drawing more mermaids. But yeah, first mermaid down. And onto a quick shout out. So this is the first person to ever post anything for Nyoko Mermay on Instagram. I'll be sharing a bunch of art from you guys if you join in my Mermay. You don't have to do all the prompts, but if you want to, go ahead and join in for 1 or 2. And you might get a shout out. I'll have them linked below. But yeah, they also did Nyoko Mermay last year, and I really like their art. Also, I'd say their username, but I'm afraid of mispronouncing it. But yeah, check them out. I love them. Moving on to day 2, which I actually did for the first day because I didn't realize it was the second day. Anyway, moving on to day 2, Arctic. So my thought process with this one was to look up different creatures that live in the Arctic. My first thought was penguins and stuff, but according to the internet, they don't actually live in the Arctic, so rip. So my second thought was narwhals. Oh god, narwhals living in the ocean. Anyway, I just cursed a bunch of you getting that stuck in your head because the comment section on this video, on this drawing on Instagram got that stuck in my head. Anyway, so I made this based on a narwhal, which after I finished the drawing, I realized, I found out that apparently only the males have the really long tusk, and I guess females can have it, but it's not as long. So that was interesting. So I think I accidentally made a trans mermaid. So she's fine. She's living her best life. She's adorable. And I really love this drawing. And she turned out so pretty. I really like how I did her like eyelashes because normally I just do black eyelashes and I just block them in. But because I wanted to give her, like, white eyelashes, I did a thin outline around them, and I think it looks really cute. And I'm really happy with how this one turned out, and this was the first one I drew, so I got really excited for the rest of Mermay. As for the background, I tended to put some glacier-looking stuff, like under a iceberg in the water, which is hard to draw, and I don't know if I pulled it off or not, but I mean, it looks okay. I need to work on my backgrounds more, but it's really hard when all the mermaids are just in water. But we'll see. Most of these I definitely did just draw in a vast void of water, but you know, I put backgrounds in some of them, you'll see. But yeah, that's the second day of Mermay Arctic, and moving on to the third. So the prompt was assassin, and we have our first fan art of the season. So, I don't only just do original designs for my mermaids. Sometimes when I see a prompt, it makes me really want to draw either fan art of a character from a show or my own character as a mermaid. And so when I saw Assassin, I had two thoughts in my mind first. So my first thought was actually a Danganronpa character who I'm not going to name, and the only reason I didn't draw them is because I felt like it would be a spoiler to anyone who has not seen Danganronpa. If you've seen Danganronpa, you know who I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I did not draw them. And then my second thought after that was the show Assassination Classroom. So I decided to draw Nagisa, and then I went, let me look up and see if Nagisa has ever been drawn as a mermaid before, you know, get some inspiration or something. And I found that apparently he's been, like, he dressed up as a mermaid in the manga, I guess. But I don't read the manga. I am lazy. Anyway, I thought the outfit was pretty cute, so I took elements from that and I added it to my design of him, but in my design, I made him an octopus mermaid. And I did that because he's following kind of in the footsteps of Koro Sensei, if you've seen the show, so I kind of wanted him to be an octopus, and yeah. I don't know if it makes the most sense, but I really like how it turned out. He's adorable. And yeah, there's not too much to say about this one. But if you do like Assassination Classroom, there should be a Assassination Classroom video coming up eventually, related, not a video on Assassination Classroom, but a video related to something in Assassination Classroom you will see. But yeah, I love that show. I really like it. When I was really little, and first getting into Danganronpa, I was thinking of what would happen if they combined Danganronpa with Assassination Classroom. So that's a thing to think about. Anyway, that's about it. All I can say about this one. Moving on to the next one. Oh boy, this next one. Okay, so the prompt was bathtub, and what I actually did was I took a picture of my bathroom, and I kept looking at it on my phone while trying to draw this. The perspective is probably completely off, but I didn't use any, like, vanishing lines or anything, so you know, but it was a struggle. So I based it on my bathroom and then changed it up a bunch to make it look like just a random bathroom. In the process of that, I ended up making it look very, very, I made it very blue when I went around to coloring it, but that's fine. I'm not biased. Blue totally isn't my favorite color. But yeah, I think this turned out really cool. I mostly just tried to reference my own bathroom and struggled a lot. And I really like how it turned out. I just have a random mermaid inside a bathtub, and she's stuck. I don't know if this is a kidnap situation or if it's like that one movie or show. I don't remember, but I think there was a someone that turned into a mermaid every time they touched water. I could be wrong. If that is a thing, can you guys let me know what that was? I also add a bunch of suds, bubbles, yeah. I can talk, I swear. Anyway, I added a bunch of bubbles in the water and stuff. To be honest, mostly to hide the actual mermaid in the tub. I didn't really want to do the thing where you can see through the water and see her body and stuff. I didn't want to deal with that. So I ended up just putting a bunch of bubbles, and I think it turned out pretty cute. But I think her little annoyed expression that she has on her face is pretty funny. And in the end, this drawing was a giant pain. But hey, I drew a background, so you know. One element I really like about this drawing is that I have her tail, like, coming out of the bathtub and, like, over the toilet and stuff. And I basically did that because I kind of wanted it to make it seem like she's too big for the bathtub, which might be another reason why she looked so annoyed. But yeah, this was really fun to draw, and I really liked the end result. It might be one of my favorites. Why do you guys think she's in the bathtub and looking so annoyed? What's the story? Why is a mermaid trapped in a bathtub? Why is she so annoyed? I say that like you guys will answer, but if you do, that will brighten up my day and will make me very happy. But yeah, I just really liked this. I ended up doing the outlines on the bubbles like a lighter blue so that they would, I don't know, I thought like the black outline would be too harsh. A lot of the times black outlines seem harsh on people's art, but I kind of really like the look of black outlines on my stuff. I don't know, I might mess around with that later, but in the end, this drawing turned out really cool, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. What do you guys think? Second shout out, Linux Moss, I believe they're called. Didn't know how to say their name. Had a very cute design for a future prompt called Lava, and I thought it was very cute having a mermaid in a lava lamp. Very, very cute. Moving on to the fifth prompt, Betta Fish. So, when I saw this, my first thought was actually some OCs I have called Cherry and Berry, because I love this color scheme in general. Like a tealy blue, like lighter blue, like that type of blue combined with a red, or like various different combinations of blue or teal or colors combined with red. I just really like that color combo. I don't know why. I just really like how it looks. But in the end, I did not do some fan art of my own characters. I made a original design. And I don't know if it exactly screams Betta Fish in my actual design, but at least I got the colors. I'm not the happiest with some of this design. The lower tail part gets a little confusing, but I do really like what I did with her hair. I really like the shaved part look and how it looks like fins and stuff. And yeah. Also, if you guys don't know what a betta fish is, or a betta fish, or whatever they're called, I think they're also called Siamese fighting fish. I could be wrong. That could be a different species. But from what I remember, they're feisty. I didn't really do a rough plan of the colors on this one like I normally do. I cut it out sometimes in speed paints, but I usually splotch on some colors just to check what the actual colors will be, which is why you sometimes see me like randomly skipping to another layer that looks like it's colored but really messily. But I didn't really do that with this one, so I just kind of messed around as I went, and so you'll see me like changing colors, making the colors slightly different as like I go along. Maybe I should have planned it out a little better, but you know, I think it turned out okay in the end. It's fine, everything's fine. I think she turned out really pretty, but my main thing with this piece in general is that I think some of the things turned out a little too dark, and I would have liked to play around some contrast more. But in the end, I think I really like the end result. I am in love with her striking eyes that I made. I also ended up making her tail kind of sparkly because I was looking at the reference images and they looked kind of sparkly, and I was like, ooh, sparkle, you know, like a crow. Our little base instincts inside our brain, we see something sparkly, and we're like, ooh, must have. This is why I have gel pens, because they're sparkly. But yeah, that was day 5, Betta Fish. On to day 6. So the prompt for day 6 is Birfstone. And I'm not the most knowledgeable of birthstones in general. I just kind of wanted to do some gemstone mermaid thing. And I ended up, I think my birthstone is aquamarine. I could be wrong. I didn't do too much internet research, but I think that's my birthstone. So my original plan was going to be like a mermaid that had a bunch of crystals like on them and stuff. But that wasn't really working well in like my concept stuff with like some aquamarine, because I don't think aquamarine is really that big. I also do not think it belongs in water, but like I don't think most of the gems that are birthstones belong in water. You could like completely prove me wrong, by the way. I know nothing about what I'm saying. The only thing I know about gems is Steven Universe, which is another thing I thought about, because I was like, what if I just do aquamarine but as a mermaid? But anyway. So I ended up going with this cute mermaid that's in like a cave area. I don't know what it is, but it's like a little rocky formation around her. And she just has her little hoard of gems that she loves. And she has like a necklace with some gems on it and like little things all over her body with gems and stuff. And she's just like, this is my treasure. I love it. I am very happy with this. This is mine, I must protect it. I don't know, I'm a dork. But yeah, when I did the little thing off screen where I did all the colors and stuff trying to figure out the layout, I did an overlay of some of the blue on everything, which is why, in case you're wondering, her skin tone is kind of gray, bluey looking. I don't usually do that, but I was like, it's underwater, but I kind of like how like skin looks when it looks like normal skin that isn't underwater. Chiquita, you okay? Chiquita. She always chokes on nothing, I swear. I love you. I love you, baby. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in. If we do, that might be embarrassing. But, moving on. I have a lot to record. But yeah, I really like how this one turned out. It might be because there's a bunch of blue in it, and I love blue. It might be her big floopy ear things that I like to draw. It might just be her whooshy hair, but it was just, I really like this one. My boyfriend said this was his favorite one, and I'm pretty sure I used this one for the thumbnail. But yeah, that was this prompt, and moving on to the next one. Actually, before we move on to the next prompt, here's another shout out to another person doing my prompt list. They're begetting OCs, and their little drawings of mermaids are super cute, and I really like how they turn out. So yeah, check them out if you like this little art. I think it's really cute and really charming, and I really like looking at them every day. On to the final prompt of this video, bubbles. And if you remember correctly, I already kind of did a bunch of bubbles in a bathtub. So I struggled a bit to figure out an actual prompt, like a thing to draw for this one. Heads up, sorry to end on a sad note, but I kind of ended on a sad note in this video. But anyway, I was playing with like a few ideas. At first I was thinking of doing Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls as a mermaid. And then I was thinking of like another mermaid like blowing bubbles like in the water, like if their like head's out of the water but their mouth is in the water, like something like that. But then I kind of thought about the original story of The Little Mermaid where she turns into sea foam, and I was like, what if I just like have a mermaid turning into bubbles? Like what about that? So it kind of turned out sad, but I do really like this drawing. I also ended up giving her a color palette similar to Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls as a callback, and it's pretty sad, but I did like doing this one. I tried to make the areas that were turning into bubbles like more see-through and more ocean colored and stuff like that, and it was really interesting trying to do this. I had a lot of fun. You also probably saw me struggling a ton with the line art, like in colors and stuff, because as I shown in the previous drawing, I kind of do a lighter outline on Bubbles than I did on the actual person. I don't give them a black outline. So I was like, how do I do that when she's turning into Bubbles? So I kind of struggled with the outline for a bit, but I figured it out in the end. I like how it turned out. And yeah, sorry guys to end on a sad note, but mermaids sadly turning into bubbles. Yeah, but yeah, if you guys like this video, by the way, I'll be trying to do weekly Mermay videos in this month, and I'll also be trying to do some bonus videos in case you guys don't just want to see a bunch of Mermay, because there's like other stuff that I'm planning to do too, but my main thing I will be focusing on is Mermay because I want to make sure I get them all done this month. But yeah. I might see you earlier, but I will definitely see you next week on Friday with a new video. And if you guys are excited for that, or if you like this video, I'd very much appreciate if you could give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to see the mermaids going up in real time, because I post one every day, go to my Instagram and follow me there. And if you want to... Yoshi. The doggies are rolling on my bed and making noise. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and if you want to join in and use some of my prompts, it doesn't matter which prompt you do. It doesn't matter if you do them out of order. If you do any of them, I might give you a shout out, and I will definitely reshare your work on my Instagram page. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.